Today we're getting deeply spiritual and addressing the question, are you God? And how much power do you really have over your reality? Hello, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here and this is the first video that you're seeing, then welcome. My name is Lorena. I am a self-concept coach and mentor, and I'm here to help you shift your state of being, shift your identity, step into a new self-concept so that you can manifest your most authentic, most aligned desire from a really connected, embodied, holistic, and grounded place. If you end up liking this video, please leave me a like. If you have any thoughts or reflections or comments or takeaways, please share them in the comments below. I always love reading your comments. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. I upload weekly. If you're new in my world, you can check out some free resources in the description box below. And if you are ready to really dive deep and to change your self-concept at a really deep and subconscious level, then I invite you to check out my coaching program. Then we can work together and I can be your coach and I can guide you through this process. And the link for this is also in the description box below. So today's video topic is a bit of a different one. It's a bit more spiritual, but I really wanted to explore it because I see so many misconceptions. And of course, this is a topic that's very largely based on beliefs, and everybody has different beliefs and everybody's beliefs are welcome. You are so welcome to disagree with anything I say. But I just wanted to share my perspective because I find that it often gets misconstrued, misinterpreted, and I found it really important to share my philosophy and really my experience and how I experience consciousness, how I experience the divine, and what you can expect to dive into when we work together as well, and what my approach is with that. Because if you're here, you're probably deeply spiritual as well. You're probably not here just for the mental stuff, because that's not how I work. I am a very spiritual person. My coaching approach is very spiritual. No matter what your experience is, God or spirit or consciousness, it's not really tangible. It's nothing that we can touch or grasp. And in the manifestation world, you kind of get two fields. There's a tendency for it, at least. You get the people who believe that they are God and that they have full control over everything, every little detail, and that they can manifest anything that they want. And then you have the people who kind of externalize everything and who maybe ask the universe for what they want. They believe they are not God. They believe in a power greater than themselves. Now, before I dive into my own philosophy around this, I want to make a little disclaimer. Firstly, I want to make a disclaimer about religion. On my channel, in my work, and my clients, I welcome any and every religion. It really doesn't matter to me what your religious beliefs are because it's completely unrelated to the work that we do. I believe every religion is deeply spiritual, and the core of every religion has really a good intention. If that always is translated and transmitted in that way is a completely different question, but that's not what we're diving into. I just want to say that whatever your beliefs are, you're welcome here. And I also want to make a little disclaimer about beliefs in general, because as I said previously, we all have different beliefs and you might not agree with mine. But what I am sharing here today is not something that I have made up in my head. It's not something that I want to believe. It's something that I deeply believe at the core of my being because it's how I have experienced life. It's how I have consciously manifested my reality. It's how I have transformed myself. It's how I support my clients. These beliefs are something that is really integrated and embodied in me through a consistent, deep spiritual practice. It's something that I just know. And you have free will to believe whatever you want to believe. But I will say that belief is not something that we tend to change just because we want to. Belief is built from experience and not from thought. These beliefs are not coming from up here, but they're coming from deep within me. So let's talk about the concept and the big question really, are you God? Is God internal or is it external? Is he, she, they external? Personally, I don't believe in an external God in the sense that I don't believe it's disconnected from who you are. I think there are many pitfalls, and you see this in many religions, when we externalize a God, in the sense that we tend to give our power away. We tend to believe in a concept of reward and punishment, which is a little bit what we spoke about in last week's video. So I don't believe there is something or someone that watches over you and decides for you what you can or can't have and how you have to live your life. However, when it comes to the concept of an internal God, meaning you are God, God is within you, that is what I believe. I believe that God is within you, the divine is within you. But a big pitfall that I see in the manifestation community especially, and it's just something that happens on a spiritual journey as a whole, is that people tend to misconstrue this idea of you being God by equating their ego to being God. And that is not what it means. That is not what it is. Your ego is not God. Your ego is not God. This idea of you being God has absolutely nothing to do with your ego. It's not you, insert your name here, who is God, but it's the deeper divine part of you, not your individual consciousness, not your ego identity, not you as a human being. That's not God. The ego is really, really sneaky. And a big part of a spiritual journey for me is really about working with the ego and integrating the ego. And this is why this is such a big part of the work that I do with my clients. This is why when you work with me, we do a lot of shadow work, we do a lot of integration work, we do a lot of subconscious mind work so that we can identify what is coming from your truth and we can identify what is an ego perception and what is an ego identity, because the ego will jump on anything. It will really attach to any identity it can hold on to because it's what means survival for the ego. And I want to say with this as well, the ego isn't evil. We don't need to dissolve the ego. We don't need to deny the ego. We don't need to reject it. We don't need to get rid of it. It really serves us. It keeps you alive. It ensures that when you get up in the morning, you take a shower. It ensures that you care what you look like and you care how you show up. It also ensures that you look left and right when you cross the street so you don't get run over by a bus. Your ego is very important, but on a spiritual journey and on a manifestation journey, it will attach to identities like being God, and that is not something that serves you because it will then sneakily try to control everything, and that will put you in resistance, and it will also make you a less compassionate person, to be completely honest. Because then you're coming from a perspective of me, I need to get, and you're not considering or caring for other people because you're not the only person on this planet. And in the manifestation world, there's often this idea of solipsism going around, and it can be really dangerous. I have seen so many people fall down a path of thinking nothing and no one around them is real. And it's a really dangerous way to live your life, to be honest, because yeah, you can have the perception of nothing is real, right? Like if we take that in a spiritual context, yeah, nothing is real. It's all imagined, it's all an illusion, and it's all a dream. You're still here living your life. You can't perceive your body as real, but nobody else's body as real, and the other way around. You need to honor this physical experience as much as you honor the spiritual experience. And that's why we want to manifest things in the first place. If you didn't care about this physical experience, then there would be nothing needed to manifest. Manifestation means something intangible made physical, made tangible. Something formless made into form. So don't equate your ego with consciousness. Don't equate your ego with the divine. Don't let your ego take over and pretend that you are all powerful, because you're not. There's all powerful divinity within you, yes, but that's not who you are as a whole. Because the ego attaches to any identity it can find, it will also attach to spiritual concepts, and that what you see happen a lot. And even things that I have said in the past have really been taken out of context and misinterpreted. It really shows that people always interpret things based on their belief system and what they want to believe and their state of consciousness and their state of being. So to then in this context answer the question, how much control, how much responsibility do you really have? You don't really have control. You have full responsibility. You have full responsibility for the way you show up, for the perceptions that you have, for how you react, for the things you say, for the things you think, for the things you feel. You have full responsibility for all of this, but you don't have control over every circumstance. You know, sometimes you hear people say, yeah, but if I am God, then shouldn't I be able to control everything? Yeah, but you are not God. At least not just God. You're also human, and that cannot be forgotten. And if this feels a bit confusing to you, because I'm saying you are God and you are not God, and nothing is real, but also everything is real, then know that reality is really a paradox. You are a paradox. It's all a paradox. You are such a beautiful paradox that is both a very insignificant, unimportant human being, and equally the all-powerful creator of all that is. You are both. Neither of the two can be forgotten, and neither of the two can be given too much importance. You have all the control, and you also have no control. And I know this is difficult to grasp, because what I mean by this is really, you have full responsibility over yourself and your state, and you get to choose what you deserve, and you get to choose how you show up. You get to choose what you desire to manifest, and you get to choose what actions you take based on this. But you cannot control the process, you cannot control the journey, you cannot control the outcome, you cannot control every detail, and you cannot control other people. Your state, your self-perception, your self-concept will absolutely influence how other people show up, and will absolutely influence the circumstances that you attract into your life, but it's an indirect influence. It's not something that you're directly influencing, which is a subtle but big difference. So you don't pull all the strings. What pulls all the strings is in you. It's part of you. You are it. But it's not just you. It's bigger than you. And what I am here to help you with, what I am here to coach you through, is to connect to that part in you, that all-powerful part in you, to bring that to the surface, to let it lead your life, so that you are safe to surrender and that you are safe to trust. And I'm also here to help you and coach you through becoming the most aligned, most authentic version of yourself, to stepping into the identity that embodies all of the qualities that you desire, that experiences the life that you desire, so you can show up from that version of yourself and really call these things in. But you're not controlling anything. You're not controlling anything outside of yourself. I would love for you to just share your perspective and your beliefs, and if you follow any religions, feel free to share about this as well. As I said, you really have free will to believe anything that you desire to believe. My beliefs are based on my experience and my knowing, and it's something that I know at my core, but I am not dictating you what you get to believe or what you get to choose. I am really sharing this so the people who resonate with this can feel validated in this, and the people who maybe don't resonate with this can maybe start questioning what they believe. Maybe something inside of them will land and say, hey, actually, this is something that I know at my being too. Or maybe if you completely reject this, then maybe I'm not the person for you, and that's also okay. But yeah, leave me a comment, leave a like. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I also take video requests at any point. And if you want to work with me, if you want to change your self-concept and you want my support with this, please send me a message on Instagram if you have any questions about how you can work with me, or you can go straight to the link in the description box below and check out my coaching program, Recreate Yourself, where we do a 12-week deep dive into your self-concept and really shift it at a really core level together. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video.